This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
With Brian Grigsby, and we're getting ready to, this is day one of your basketball camp.
Yes.
For the FCA. What do you want to accomplish here? Because FCA, many people think it's the teens
Yes.
And college age
Yes.
kids, but you've got the little ones here.
We do. So this is kind of twofold. So our vision behind this, when we first started thinking about it, we felt like the Lord calling us to try to start connecting our current leaders in our high schools, right, our FCA kids, and how do we get them connected to the next generation of kids that'll be coming up through. And so obviously being able to put on a sports camps where some of our leaders and some of the people that are doing some of the instruction are our high school players, and then they get to go down and connect with the kids that obviously look up to them, whether it's when they're watching them in the gym, on Friday nights, on the football field, whatever that is. So we wanted to try to create this symmetry between next generation versus the current leaders that we have in FCA right now. So that was kind of the first thing that we really wanted to accomplish. But the other thing is we just feel like what an opportunity in our area to bring coaches together from different school districts to not only coach the sport they love, but also gives them the platform to share about their faith and to lead in that way. Whereas they don't necessarily get to do that when they're putting on a camp just for their school, just for their kids. And so it really gives them the opportunity to come together and coach alongside one another, which they rarely get to do, right? It's usually coaching against each other. So now they get to come together, coach together, and obviously share a passion that they want or that they love with kind of the next generation. So.
And you've got some seasoned individuals doing that. You've got
Yes.
Lee Snyder, you've got Matt Combs,
Yes.
Gary Huffer.
Yes.
What did it take to get these guys involved?
Yeah, honestly, just sharing the vision. So it all started, so Coach Huffer is our FCA advisor at Chillicothe High School. And of course, he was their head basketball coach for a decade, and as we got to know each other, I said, man, I would love to do this basketball camp, but I really don't want to be the guy who's putting together what drills are we doing, what's the teaching points and all that kind of stuff. And I said, he's like, well, I love doing that. And he's like, but I really don't like putting together, like, how do we get sponsors, and we got to order all the equipment and do all the logistics. And I'm like, I love doing that. And so it was like, okay, well then let's do this. And so he was like, immediately was like, I'll be the camp head coach. And so he's put together all the drills and instructions. And if you know Coach Huffer, he's a very detailed guy, and he loves teaching the game of basketball. And then it was just other network relationships, right? Coach Snyder, a Dina guy, I reached out to him, and he's got a state championship under his belt a few decades ago. But he was like, yeah, I would love to help out with something like this. And then being here at Unioto High School, Coach Miller's going to help out, and Coach Combs, who's legendary at Vinton County, but now back here as the athletic director, and he wanted to help out. And then we've got a couple of other local youth coaches as well as assistant coaches that they love Jesus, and they don't really get to talk about that a whole lot to their athletes. And so for the opportunity for them to do that is really a big deal. So
Is it too late to get my kid involved?
no, it's a 3-day camp, which I'm very excited about. It's not too long, but it also is enough time for us to kind of get actually engaged with these kids, get to know their names. It's not just a 1 day in and out and they leave. And so we do have, even just this morning, right, we got kids showing up to register. We had one coach show up this morning, and he's like, hey, I'm here to help. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know you were coming, right? So, it's part of just being able to go with the flow.
For folks who want to find out more about the Scioto Valley FCA, what do they need to do?
Yeah, we obviously, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook, right? We're trying to put updates out there so you can find out more about the ministry. Obviously, we have a website as well that tries to have not just information about events, but who we are as a ministry, really, which is just sciotavalleyfca.org, and that's where you can really go find more. But the easiest way, it's small community feel, just call me. That's really the easiest way. Call or text me. I love talking about FCA to people. So.